Good morning. Today I'm going to show you how I set up and tear down a scene while I'm filming. First thing I do is pick out the bowls and set them in the center to make sure I like where they're sitting in the camera. Next, I pick out all the decorations that I want to use for the background. I use a combination of natural elements, knickknacks, and actual food items that I'm using in that video. I typically like my backgrounds to be really busy and super in-depth, but sometimes I like to keep things simple. It honestly just depends on the day with how much effort I want to actually put into setup. When it comes to the items in the background, I tend to go for the really aesthetically pleasing version of whatever's in the bag. But I also want to save a nice version for the bowls in the video, so I pick out the prettiest things available to me for the background and for the video itself. I end up saving all of the broken or misfit pieces to feed when I'm not filming, but don't worry, everything ends up getting used. After setup, I start filming and I've left my camera in the same place the entire time, so I know that the scene is going to look good once I press record. After I'm done filming, I clean everything up, and for those of you who are worried that the stuff in the background goes to waste, I promise it definitely doesn't. 99% of the time, everything stays dry and doesn't touch anything else, so it can basically just go back in its original container to be used later, but if I did spill something, I just feed it to Holly or Milkshake, so nothing goes to waste. Filming and setup doesn't really take me too long, so all of the cold items just go back in the fridge or freezer, and once I get all of the larger items out of the way, I clean up the filler, which today was rose petals. I almost always use flower petals in the background, and I typically just pour those in the duck or bird food. Put the bee pollen back in its original container last, so I didn't accidentally mix something else into it, and then the knickknacks and plants just go back wherever they go in my house. Lastly, I wipe the counters down with a pet safe disinfectant, and we're done.